Good morning, everybody. Why did my voice crack? Good morning, everybody. Better. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and today I'm going to do another reaction video where I react to something that happened in the game, a more opinion piece video. I just did one a few days ago and I was like, you know guys, I don't really do these kind of videos that much, but it was really well received. Like, even the people who disagreed with me in the comments section were pretty respectful about it, and if you weren't, well then you suck. But most of the people were pretty respectful in the way they responded, and I enjoyed reading through those comments. There was like 170 of them, so I did not respond to all of them, but I did read them, and it motivated me to do a little bit more of this kind of content. Now, in that video, I did react in part to one of Dr. Diggs's videos where he was talking about lightning is an element, and I thought he was wrong, and that was a small part of the video. Most of the video was about community reaction to something. This video, however, is a almost direct reaction to something Dr. Diggs said in his video. But whereas last time I disagreed with his point, this time I very much am going to agree with something that he said. Let's go ahead and right now, and I'm going to run a clip for you. Here's what Diggs had to say about the current banners.
Or very cheap compared to a lot of other units in the game. So I'm really happy that Gumi has implemented this particular banner. I feel like this particular banner is extremely generous to the player base. I think a lot of people should be happy, and I think it's really important that we tell people how good this is. Like, we tell people that we like it, because if every banner was this way, we would all be in a really good spot in this game. I think a lot of people would be happy. So I think this is what we've asked for a long time, and we're finally getting it.
And I definitely felt like when he was saying that we need to tell people how good of a thing this was, we need to kind of spread the message about how much we appreciate that, I definitely felt a little called out to there. Maybe he was calling out to me and Rindell, you know, Mysidia, Will, etc., the content creators for this game. Maybe he was also calling out to people on the Reddit community or whatever, but I do have a platform and I can respond to that, so I will. Now, if you're unaware of what he was talking about, we have a new pity system that is actually just an upgrade to a pity system that we had before, but it is so much better than any of the previous pity systems we've had, in my opinion, because you're guaranteed at minimum a 2-for-1 here. And I still think people haven't caught on to this. I was actually explaining it to somebody on Discord today. If you wanted the vision card and Esther, if you wanted Esther's vision card and her, I actually don't even think I can look at her 5-step for the, yeah, I can, because I only got to step 2. So if you wanted both, you had the option of coin pitying Esther while getting coins for that coin pity from the vision card banner, which meant even if you got ultimately unlucky, where you had to do all 5 steps of the vision card step up, and then you did all 9 step of Esther's banner, maybe you even threw some paid Visior like me at some step ups, and you got your 200 coins, alright, you gotta go cash in those coins for the pity. You got the vision card, you picked that up along the way, guaranteed, along with whatever else you picked up. So at worst, if you had to pity Esther, you got a 2-for-1. You got a vision card out of the deal, which, if we're being honest, I know Esther looks like a great unit. This vision card is really, really good. Not only that, if you had to pity, you did not just pity the unit. It wasn't like, here's Esther in the shop, you can pity her. You actually got to go get this ticket. And so you could go back and maybe you just really want Starlight Elena. Maybe you even like collected Starlight Elena shards from guild banners in the past and you're like, man, I really want her. Well, a ticket pity system like this gives you a little bit more buying power. Like if this was an economics lesson for high school seniors, I would mention that this ticket is worth more than any individual unit on this page because it gives you options, and options are just worth something. Now, most people would go ahead and pick Esther off of this, especially because, you know, they're focused on her, they want her, but that doesn't mean everybody would do it. Some people might not. And so giving those people, like, this by itself would have been a good quality of life upgrade. This combined with the fact that the vision card gave coins for the pity is huge. And I don't know if the developers realize how big of a like feel good quality of life thing that is. Something I've talked about on my channel a lot is the difference between global players and JP players in terms of like how we value spending our money, how we value spending our Visior. Now, I can't talk completely for JP players, right? My experience with Japan is I do have a family member. My sisters live there for, I always say it's like been 10 years. I think it's been 11 at this point, but she's a huge gacha player. She works kind of in the industry and like marketing and selling merchandise and stuff. So I got a little bit of a hookup there, which is kind of cool. But she is a huge gacha player and very knowledgeable about the JP audience. And from what I've talked to her, guys, it seems like JP players love to gamble on stuff in games. I think that is maybe something that is influenced developers on global side of this game to think maybe we're sort of the same. I tend to believe that in global, we like to buy something. Like, remember when Dwayne came out? If you played back then, you could like buy a pack. It was like $60, but the pack guaranteed you Dwayne. And I bet you that thing sold so much. I wish I was using like an affiliate link back then. I wish I could have been like, guys, use my Amazon coin affiliate link and get yourself Dwayne for 20% off. Amazon would have been like, you're the best content creator. It would have been awesome. That's what I'm trying to say. I would have loved that. That wasn't the case. I don't think I was a content creator yet then. Or if I was just making those like weird Eileen videos. But we love that kind of stuff. We like guaranteed returns for our investment. And this is a guaranteed return for your investment. If you're smart about it, you do have to use your brain a little bit. And some people did mess this up because it was the first time. You could come here, guarantee yourself a VC, which is good for Esther, or it's good for Cloud, or just generically going to be good for your Lightning account later, and then pick Esther up later. That is, it felt so different to pull on this banner. And maybe this is where I can connect to people. Maybe you might disagree with the points that I've made so far. But here's the biggest opinion that I have about this. When I was polling on this banner, and in my video, I posted it yesterday, I didn't get as lucky as possible. Now you saw the pity thing is still in the shop. I did not have to pity, but I did get really close, like closer than was comfortable. But do you know what? In the past, as I've approached that pity, I've been like, man, my mood just gets worse and worse because I'm like, I'm throwing all this Visior at this. And especially if the 9-step wasn't in play, like if there wasn't the coin pity at all, it's like, God, if I pity this, it's 42,000 Visior and I'm walking away with just a unit. That feels bad. No, I was walking away with a ton of UR Mog medals for vision cards and espers. I was walking away with guaranteed the vision card. Any of the stuff I got on the 9-step, elemental mats, blossoms, I had all that in the bag, and it just felt so much better. Like I did not feel like I was just burning Visior for nothing. And so going back to what Dig said, where we need to let the developers know that we appreciated this kind of update, that this is a way that will encourage people to pull on more banners. Here's my part for that. This is my opinion, and I really like this. Now, I want to set some expectations going forward. I do not think that this system, obviously this system is here because these are the Global Fest characters, right? So we have that Global Fest pool where that ticket can come into play. There's a specific vision card coming with this kind of unit. So if we just get a random new unit release into the game, this kind of system, it would have to be redesigned for that. So I do not expect this to be an every time thing. But this could perhaps be a preview of what the Warriors of Crystal banners could look like once we've gone through that thing, or maybe just next time. Now, there's not a vision card with Warriors of Crystals a lot, so it would need to be a little different than this, but at least include that ticket. At least include some very, very usable Mog medals. Another thing that was a big deal on this, honestly, is these global medals. Like, for me, personally, I have been working on Fryevia's vision card and Fryevia for months, like half of a year. She's been one of my slow build projects, right alongside some of those other limited characters you don't finish. I'm gonna finish her vision card. In fact, I'm sitting on medals to see how lucky I can get with Gil summons over the next week, and I can guarantee myself to finish Fryevia and her vision card thanks to how useful these medals have been. I immediately cashed in for all of Esther's shards, and I got pretty close to pity, so I have some more left over, but they're very usable. I loved it. So, excuse me. That's my opinion on these banners. And I hope we see more moves like this in the future. I personally think that the more player friendly the game can be, I think the more goodwill it will foster and the more players it will play and therefore make the game more money. There's my take. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Let me know. I messed with my overlays last night for like way too many hours. It took my whole night up after I finished recording videos, trying to get a little more specific to games now that Echoes of Man is dropping soon. Let me know if you like this overlay. It's kind of cool, I think. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.